Hi guys, I'm Shmee. Hello, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Silverstone. Welcome to Epic. Today we have the BRDC Trackday here at the home of the British Formula 1 Grand Prix. You can see there are a whole host of different cars around. We're here with our friends at GAD Tuning who have invited us to come up to be here in their pit box to go for some laps in my McLaren 675LT Spider. Now, fun fact for you, this car, well, not only is it the oldest car or the longest I've owned a Shmeemobile for, the first time I ever drove a 675LT was right here. The original press launch was actually over at the New Wing about 8 years ago, the Coupe, the first time I ever drove one. Since then, I've done about 25,000 miles of 675LTs, 18,000 on that I went through this morning. But look, we've got American muscle cars, we've got Porsche track cars, we've got LMP2s, we've got supercars, GT3 RSs, all sorts of different things. Come on over to the pit wall. Let's go and have a quick nosy through one of these gaps to go and see what's out on the track at the moment, because this is absolutely unreal. I mean, look and listen. This is such a cool day. Alan Man Racing colours, how cool was that? You get the vibe for where this is going. I mean, coming up the pit lane right now, new GT3. This is just, look at this GT40, followed by a 720S. Oh my gosh, this is going to be an epic day. We're going to go and do some laps with the 675LT. I can't wait for this. Oh my days! What is this? The number of incredible cars going around right now. I mean, we've got a GT40 just coming up the pit lane. So that's rolling up, and then look the other way. There's even a Radical up there, just waiting, chilling. Right, I want to head over to the pit box. This is really special. So we're here with GAD, who have done some work on my C63 Black Series. We've popped the STO on the dyno, a whole load of other things with Anthony, but he invited me to come out today, and I wanted to bring this because of the connection to driving 675LT here at Silverstone. And I apologise for how noisy it is in the background. So obvious basic track prep, towing eye in the front, lowering tyre pressures, already done a few sessions to just do some sighting laps, warm up. We've got a set of Pirelli Trofeo Rs on here, which were the standard tyre. You could order regular P0s on the 675, but those are obviously exactly what you want for this kind of thing. But this car is still such a mega thing. I've driven it a couple of times at Spa, I think maybe 3 track days at Spa. I've driven around 20 plus laps of the Nürburgring Nordschleife with it, and 18,000 miles. It literally passed through the 18,000 mile mark on the way here to Silverstone this morning. It's a car that I've owned for, well, just shy of 7 years. First owner, spec'd it from new, the Orion purple paint that we literally formulated, and it's done me really well. It's a very comfortable thing. We've got the silver wheels, which at the time was so controversial. Everyone was like, get black wheels, but I'm so glad I stuck with the silver. We've got the matching stone grey for the leather of the bucket seats inside, but everything pretty much prepped for the occasion, ready for rocking and rolling out at Silverstone, and who knows what we're going to find on track. It's time, let's get this started. Pinging at me for low tyre pressures, but we know about those, that's all by design. Of course, between sessions, obviously the temperatures go down, and the pressures, therefore, if you're going out onto the road, would need to be re-inflated slightly, but we're going straight from a session into another session, so we'll get some heat back in those quite quickly. Let me get lidded up, all of that. Pull the door to, still chiming away. We've got a full tank of fuel. I've already gone through one of those. Wearing gloves for today. So let me get these on. Obviously wristbands and all of that stuff has been done for the track day. It's always special to drive here at Silverstone. You know, it's such an iconic motorsport venue, such a special place to come to. And obviously to be here with this car. So into drive, active dynamics panel, we're in track manual, full settings, shift lights. So out we head into the pit lane. I love these kind of days, just a complete mix of different cars. Absolutely crazy to look around, see everything. I've got a GT3 RS in my mirrors. I think it's a Radical out in front of me. I've got my sticker on the windscreen. I've got my wristband on the wrist. And we're rolling past some awesome cars in the pit garages. Absolutely awesome cars. Hold the wrist up, get waved through. Pull down my glove. Out we go from the old pits here at Silverstone. There goes the LMP2. Definitely not going to be catching up with that. Caterham heads out next. We'll ease and warm into it a little bit with the Treveo R's. The shifts and rawness in this thing are just on a different level. The sound as well, of course it's loud in here. It's a track-focused, lightweight, driver-orientated machine, spec'd for something like this. As we unwind to the hangar straight, just watch those numbers build up to the red line. 130, 140, 150, we'll get towards 160, and heavy on the brakes with the wing shooting up behind me as well. A little bit wide here, but hey, first laps, not an issue. Oh, it just immediately feels special. Got to slow down so much here as we come round towards the F1 start line and the new wing. If I haven't already mentioned it, I quite like this car. So we go down the start straight here, under the gantry. What a car. Now I've got a host of different bits of information I can show on the display in front of me. Of course, at the moment it's just pinging up about tyre pressures, so I kind of want to get rid of those messages, but there are so many of them. I'm not sure because it's telling me for all 4 tyres. It's kind of funny actually. Come on, go away. There we go. Okay. Start to build up a little bit more into this. Take the V here. This was something I learned a little bit more about on one of my last outings to get the right line through there. Still wasn't quite right, it has to be said. Is silly fast. Don't know if you knew that before, but it's silly, silly, silly fast. So we use all of the track. Small dab to steady the car. Firmer here for the tighter second part of this. This thing is so cool. Get ready for the hangar straight. Wowzers. Beeps at the shift points as well. I also did the 765LT launch here as well, as it happens. McLaren clearly doing a lot of stuff at Silverstone for good reason. We're starting to get some temps in, feeling the braking there. Lots of trail braking. This car handles braking into the corners so phenomenally well. Steady as a touch here. So we come round, back on the power. I basically have Silverstone to myself right now. I'm not quite sure how that's possible, but I'm very, very, very happy about it. What? This car's 7 years old and it's still so good. It's so, so good. Oh, the grip, the G-forces. Back on the power. Hold it wide. Get ready for a fast one. Woohoo! On the edge. Unsettled slightly over the curves. This car is so epic. What am I doing? I can see a GT40 ahead of me. Here we go, past the GT40. Makes you realise how fast these modern cars are. Do you know what? I'm going to let this GT40 through. So let me get this right. I'm now following a GT40 around Silverstone. Is that a blast back to the 60s or what? I mean, Not with what I'm driving, obviously. I was going to go for a cool down lap, but I just want to follow him for a bit. I mean, he's on it. Woo-hoo-hoo! I mean, this is special, right? This is really special. To follow a GT40 around Silverstone. I recently got to experience one, not just any one, with the Simeone Foundation Automotive Museum in Philadelphia, with one of the cars that raced at Le Mans in '66, the year that Ford won it for the first time. And I'm just taking it easy now, chasing him, having a whale of a time. Tyre pressures are all back where they should be. I'm going to take an easy lap now. Just let the car cool down and enjoy what else is around me. Take in some of the scenery, wait for the hanger straight, and then let some cars through. You know, how many times have I played computer games driving around here in my life? So many. He came pretty close. But you know what? It was cool. It looked good. And the flame pop out the exhaust was the icing on the cake. That's what we like. And into the pit lane we go. What a session. Some mega cars out there. Like, I can't believe what I'm sharing the track with and what else is here today. This is out of this world. It's so good. It's so cool. What a phenomenal track day as we roll back to the pit box. And breathe for a minute. Just breathe. Oh, this car is so good. It's a permanent car in my garage for a reason. It's the first custom color I ever did on a car. The longest I've owned a car. Not the highest mileage I've driven in a car. The GT Black Series and some of the cars I had when I was younger did more, but it's certainly up there. Definitely in terms of experience, it's right up there. With my car parked up for a second, we're back over at the pit wall because the NASCAR that was in there has now gone out, and it's going to sound quite tremendous when it comes past. He says, waiting here, there we go. GT2 RS, GT3. The mix of cars, as you see them blasting down, just waiting here anxiously for the moment of deafening. That's so quick every time it goes round. Cobra's cool. Oh my days, that was loud. The sound of that echoing around the pit lane. God, I think everyone at the same time. Just as other cars go past. Oh, that bounced off here big time. Oh my gosh. We should go for a little walk around and see what else is here. We'll just watch cars on track. Enjoy soaking up the atmosphere today. There was a red flag, so cars are back in. That's a nice colour on the GT3 RS. That's like the variety here. That would be the GT40 I was driving with earlier. Grumbling up the pit lane here at Silverstone. It's go time again. So into gear, out of the pit lane. Obviously tyres need to get a bit more heat back into them again. Currently running at pretty low pressures. But pit lane is clear, track is back open. So up we go, active dynamics, manual. Oh, I feel so at home in the 675LT. All of the miles I've done in the P11 platform McLarens, my 12C, my 650S, LT Coupe, LT Spider. It's a lot altogether, it adds up. Pass the wristband check. Alrighty, I've got tyre pressure info up on the screen this time. It's going to help my life a little bit. I've been warned it's a little bit slippy up here though. In fact, I'm going to go slow because there's a Caterham coming in hot. Let's let him go through. There we go. Wow, hot is not an understatement. That was on it. So, got a Clio behind me, but let me keep some pace up as we very quickly start warming these tyres back up again. Clio is right behind, but obviously down here in a 675LT, it's a case of bye-bye, and we're away. And then firmly onto the brakes. Yeah, that's where this thing is just phenomenal. Honestly, I can't get my head over, even the straight line acceleration is just mind-blowing. And then you've got this remarkable stability as you trail brake into a corner like that. Even just at a slightly slower pace, it's so composed. Fronts are up to spec again. It's actually amazing how quickly it does put heat into the tyres when you go straight out onto a racetrack and start leaning in on them. Transitions beautifully. Use all of the track width into the inside. It's funny, so many years obviously of watching F1 here, watching different events from the outside, driving all sorts of different cars on track as well, and now absolutely flying down in the 675LT. I just can't believe how composed it is. You don't really need to saw at anything, it just lets you point the steering wheel, lean on it, unwind it, slightly bumpy there. Just flying. Absolutely flying. You know what, the GT40 is coming by. It might be time to pick up the pace again. I love that. I absolutely love that. This is like a dream. It's so low. It's so phenomenally low. This is quite fun actually. Spotted a familiar 911 behind me. And I believe Brad is in the passenger seat of that car. Brad from the Shmeemobiles. So I'm going to let them go past, actually. This could be quite fun. Let them go past. Alright. Thing is, this car's so fast. This car is just so fast. Wow, they are on edge there. Interesting, super late turn in there. It's always fascinating to learn different lines that people take. I'm just going for a cool down. And one of the coolest things that could possibly happen is about to happen. We're going to get overtaken by an absolute weapon. Wait for it, let me get tucked into the right hand side. Here we go. Oh yes! Oh my days. That's not normal. That is not normal. But I'm totally okay with it. Into the pit lane we go. Oh, that was mega. That was so much fun. That's what these cars are for. They're built to be driven, they're built to be enjoyed, they're built to be used properly. I'm a firm believer in no garage queens. Say no to the garage queens, guys. Drive your cars, enjoy them. They were built for it. They need to be driven, they need to be used, they need to be enjoyed, and you need to have smiles on your face. That is what it is all about. Automotive passion in every way. Enjoying the experience, sharing the cars, driving the cars, and we return to the pit box to wrap up some seriously good fun with my 675LT. That's it for now. This has actually been an awesome day. I've been out for a few more sessions as well. Plenty of action with the 675LT. It's truly an amazing car for this kind of thing. Honestly, like, there are cars that are newer and flashier, the STO for example, but every time I go out for this, or for a drive with this, whether it's on the road or on the track, I just have a massive smile on my face. It's a car that means a lot to me. It was the end of that journey through the P11s, as I said, and it's a car that when you come to somewhere like this and you just drive it, rewards you so much. You always feel like it's composed and planted. Yes, it's not as fast in a straight line as a 765LT or an SF90 or a lot of the newer cars as well, but it's plenty fast, and that's something that I think is very relevant. You know, if you go from this to the category up from this, we could say, you kind of have things going past you in such a blur that it's quite hard. Sounds like the track's closed. It's quite hard to actually take it all in. Only problem we're going to have is all of this now needs cleaning off. There's a whole lot of grime in there, and silver wheels obviously show that a lot. Even some rubber obviously in the rear ones. That's cool. LMP2 is just there. Just this day is mega. So it's absolutely mega, and you know what? Despite the reputation that McLarens often have, this car has done me really well. This car has done me very, very, very well. Bit of rubber. I guess that goes on the floor for now. It's done me really, really, really well in terms of not having too many problems. I had some paint issues, I spoke about those. We got it upgraded to a carbon fiber bonnet. That wasn't from new, that happened a little bit later. I haven't spoken too much about it for having the full carbon bonnet. And in fact, as is quickly becoming very customary on the channel, on my old bonnet I actually had the leftover entry number from my track day at Spa that I did with this, but this one can go in here just like on the GT Black Series. Track day at Silverstone, done. Cheekily slap that on next time, eh? Nice and easy. No, I'm joking obviously. Magic. So we'll get the tyres reinflated. Obviously they're still hot right now, but I know that I took out about 0.4 bar from the front and 0.5 bar from the back, so we'll kind of replenish that and then check them later on. And yeah, head back home. But amazing to get the 675LT back out in action again. It has been needed. It is a forever Shmeemobile. It's a very special car to me. It is a whole lot of fun, and I know you guys absolutely love it as well. So I want to say a huge thanks to the BRDC Trackday for allowing me to come and drive today, to Ant and his team from GAD Tuning as well for everything, for setting it up, for looking after it, for inviting me in the first place, and for making today be magical. That's it for now. As I said, she's still got it. The LT is still epic. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you again very soon. Cheers.